Hey everybody, what's up? It's Danny321 here with a new video. Obviously it's not a gameplay video because I'm too lazy at the moment to actually make another video, but what I thought I'd do is show you some of my games that I have actually got in my collection, and starting off with the big box of Super Metroid. That it's actually my brother's, it's not mine, but I said to him I'd keep it because he hasn't got a lot of room in his flat. So over here we've got my boxed Super Nintendo games. The usual stuff like Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, The Legend of Zelda, etc. Donkey Country 1, 2, 3. We've also got some Super Famicom games as well. One game recently I just want to point out actually, I got Super Castlevania at long last. Just try and get this out. Trouble is, it's quite easy, difficult to get out. So I'm actually really pleased I got that at long last. I picked that up about a month ago for a fairly decent price. But obviously nowadays, eBay, particularly Super Nintendo games, they go for a lot of money. Terra Enigma, I was going to say a very rare game, but it goes for a lot again on eBay. Total Carnage, as you can see there, it's a bit of a. I still remember getting that. I think it was a W.H. Smith or something years ago for cheap, and I was desperate for a new Super Nintendo game, and I figured why not just get that instead of. I think the other choice was Cool Spot. As you can see, more Super Famicom games up here, and literally right up there. I have no room. I really do have no room whatsoever. I've got quite a few amiibos for a variety of reasons. Actually, I mean, I think about a year ago I said I had no real interest in amiibos, but I've picked up a few. I don't just have them on the shelf. I try and use them when I can, but yeah, some of them I actually quite like. As you can see here, quite a few Konami games: Zombie, Cybernator, personal favourite mine, Animaniacs, Bugs Bunny, and all that. And as you can see up here are my Wii U games in the background. There. The trouble is, I have literally, like I said, I have no room for games. I've got Virtual Boy over there, which I picked up about a year ago now. The trouble is picking up all these consoles. It's fantastic and everything, but it does cost money. It costs to try and get a few more games. I do need a few more games from my Virtual Boy because that doesn't get used as much as I want to. I actually quite like the Virtual Boy. I really do. And all this rubbish about it hurts your eyes. I played it quite a few times for about half an hour, so an hour. It never really hurt my eyes at all. So yeah, like I said though, all my Wii U games, they're behind here. You can't. This room is getting decorated soon. I hope in about a month's time, 6 weeks' time, stuff like that. So hopefully, I will. This will be completely changing, and maybe I might do another tour. I don't know. Okay, next is my Nintendo 64 collection. As you can see, there's a lot of boxes here. The last clip I actually showed you, you may have seen some N64 games that were sort of in small shelves. That's where I keep pretty much all my games. But these are the boxes for them. Most of them anyway. Some of them I haven't got boxes for. But majority of them, as you can see, there's quite a few. Most of these, well, I'd say about 80% of these I collected back when the N64 was very much out. As you can see, they're all in fairly good condition. Some of them have been a little bit roughed up, but the trouble was that about 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago, my Majora's Mask game, which was in the loft, my parents' loft for quite a while, it started getting damp. I don't know if you can. No, you're not going to be able to see that. On the back, it did started to get slightly damp, but fortunately, it wasn't too bad. Anyway, yeah. So there's my N64 collection. As we shift to the left, here is, or shall I say, here is my assortment of sort of NES games, PS3 games, etc. They're all actually scattered. Not so much my NES games, but my PS3 games are kind of scattered around at the moment. I'm not really sure what the majority of those are. I've got a small selection of NES games, but it's not that I don't like the console or anything, it's just I don't find myself playing it as much. Same goes with the Mega Drive actually. I got a Mega Drive a couple of years ago and I just haven't quite played as much as I'd like to. The Sega Saturn on the other hand, which I got about a year ago, picked up a few pretty good games actually. I'm actually glad I got that from a mate of mine where I used to work. And PS1 games, and along with Sega Dreamcast games. As you can see, nice little collection. Most of the Sega Dreamcast games I actually got again when the console was out. I haven't really picked up that many too recently. Picked up one or two, but nothing major. So yeah. Okay, last but not least, it's the Nintendo GameCube. This is my collection. As you can see, most of the boxes are almost hanging off the shelf because I have no room, as usual. And just go back there, and yes, there's some more GameCube games behind it. Now, I'd say about again 80% of these games maybe I picked up when they came out, or happened to see them quite cheap when the GameCube was very much out. Some of these games I bought sort of over the last 6-7 years. But yeah, like I said, generally most of these games, apart from obviously, the likes of this, apart from Adama and games like that, I recently picked up over the last few years. And over here we've got my Nintendo DS and 3DS collection. Again, there's some more games at the back. I'm not going to start moving stuff around because it's all fall apart. Over here, actually, just take this out, is the not going to be able to see it properly, but the Nintendo coin. I'm not going to. Don't think I'm going to be able to get it out of one hand, but yeah, that's what I got, and I just dropped it as well. So anyway, over to the over to the right hand side, we got the Game Boy games. And Game Boy Color games and Game Boy Advance games. The Game Boy Advance games at the back. But yeah, I love the Game Boy. I've had one since I think about 1990 actually. My parents got me that with Tetris. I was going to actually show you the Game Boy coin, the Club Nintendo coin. It's a goodbye coin. You got yep. I actually got two of them. One of them I gave to my brother as well, because I'm that sort of person. Up here we got an assortment of Super Nintendo games. I think mixed with Super Famicom. To be honest, it is an absolute mess, and it does need to be sorted out. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's the sort of depth of it. Yeah. So as we go further up, top shelf are all my. Now, I was going to say all my boxed consoles. That's actually strictly not true. There's a PS2 and a Wii and etc. That, yeah, it's not going to fit up there. So that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. If I do get my room sorted out, this room sorted out properly, I will give you another tour. But for now, it's goodbye.